Before we get started, man, stop what you're doing and push that little red button down at the bottom called subscribe. Push it and go ahead and subscribe to the channel. We drop good content every week, man. So we think you'll enjoy it.
You're listening to the Houff and Gill Show with your host Tyler Houff and Earl Gill on 107.9 The Fan.
107.9. We on 107.9. We on 107.9. No. Good morning, everyone.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another special edition of the Power Hour with Houff and Gill. What's going on, Gill? How you doing, my boy?
I guess I should show my face, you know.
I think you should.
What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up?
Oh, man.
Boomer!
Oh, yeah, man. As you can clearly see, we have a very special guest with us. None other than Isaac Stoops from the University of Oklahoma. What's up, Isaac?
What's going on?
Not much, man. Appreciate you joining us, man. As everybody probably knows, you are the son of the legend head coach, Bob Stoops. I'm pretty sure everybody knows you for, huh?
Yeah, I mean, to a degree. I mean, last name just kind of holds some weight in football through my family tree, so.
So, Isaac, I got a question real quick.
What's up?
All right, so that picture of your family when y'all are all in your Oklahoma get-up that I've seen on ESPN a few times, which one are you in that photo?
When we were little babies?
Yeah, when you're posing with your dad and your mom.
I got no clue. I don't even know if they know.
Okay.
We're identical twins, so we've grown out of it a little bit, but back then, you could not tell us apart.
So your brother currently plays, right?
Yep, he's a slot receiver, number 12.
And he went from walk-on to Scully, right?
Yes, sir.
That's big time. What was that like? I mean, what was that like for your family?
It was awesome. I mean, it was really exciting. I got to be there because I started my student coaching or analyst at last spring. So he got his scholarship. I want to say, was it before the spring game? It was. I think it was last spring, but it was after one of the scrimmages or practices, or maybe it might have actually been after the spring game. And he did the kind of thing where he surprised the whole team and stuff. Like Drake Stoops on scholarship, and everyone just went crazy. It was really exciting.
So your dad took over, right? When things got off the rails a little bit last year, right?
Right. Yeah, he stepped in just with whatever was needed and ended up being the interim head coach. And so it was cool getting to kind of coach under him and do things under him. I'm sure it was cool for my brother too. That's the first time, and it'll probably last and only time that me, my brother, and my dad have all got to be in the same, system or on the same field.
What's your major, man?
I'm a communication major, minor in sports management, sports business.
So you know something. Oh, that's what's up. You know something. That's what's up.
Trying.
What got you into coaching? I know that's an obvious question. Like we said off air, I met your uncle last week or a couple weeks ago. But I know you come from a deeply rooted college football lineage. Does it go back to your grandfather?
Yeah. No, my grandfather coached high school ball in Ohio at Youngstown,
Youngstown.
At Cardinal.
Youngstown.
Yep, he coached there, but he played baseball professionally for a little bit when he was younger, and then he ended up coaching baseball and football there. So, but yeah, I got into it after I came out of high school. I ended up choosing to come to OU to play football instead of going, somewhere else, and I played for a little bit, and then I just didn't feel it in me anymore that I it takes a really big, you have to really be in it to put in all that work and to do all of that, just the long hours, just everything, and so my heart just wasn't in it as much as I felt like it needed or should be anymore. And so I stopped playing, took some time off, and then I just really, I missed football and I wanted to get back into it. And I always kind of thought that, maybe I would want to coach. I've seen my dad, my uncles, my godfather, Steve Spurrier, just a million different figures that have coached college ball and just coaching football in general, and I love football, so it wasn't, a very hard decision. And regardless if I do it forever or not, it was just, it's good to come in and be around all these great people, last year's coaching staff, this year's coaching staff, and the relationships with the players and the camaraderie and all that, it's, you can't go wrong.
Steve Spurrier, your goddad?
Yep, my dad coached under him at Florida when they won the national championship in '98 or something. My sister was born in Gainesville, so that's how they built that relationship.
Okay, cool.
What we didn't do, we didn't have you introduce yourself to everybody. So go ahead and just introduce yourself to everyone who may not know who you are.
Yeah, what's up? I'm Isaac Stoops. That's about it. And I'm nothing special.
No introduction needed.
So how have you lived your life under a microscope, right? And how do you take scrutiny when people attack your dad? Because you probably know your dad as dad, pops, or whatever you guys call him at the crib. Okay. Whereas me and Tyler look at him in a completely different light. Right. And, some of the reporters in Oklahoma might look at him differently at the Tulsa World, or, you know what I'm saying? Something like that. So how do you compartmentalize all that?
Just growing up, as I matured, when I was younger, it wasn't so easy. You lack some of those important lessons and experiences and just maturity to handle it probably in the best ways that you should. But what comes with it, like it's a great honor to carry our family's name, no doubt. And with that, there's pros and obviously, but I feel like that can be said for almost everything. So, as we got older, everyone is going to always have something to say about everything that anyone does, whether you're, at the top or at the bottom, people are going to have things to say. And just like, there's nothing that could build him up more in my eyes. And so there's nothing either that could take him down in my eyes. You know what I mean? It's just, like you said, he is my dad. And so I look at him as such, but I also, am able to rationalize and understand how everyone else sees him. But, as we got older, you just kind of deal with it, just shrug it off. Same way when me and Drake were playing in high school, people said we've only played because of this, because of that, and whatever. It's just, we're putting it on tape, so we know that's not true. It's just like we know everyone else isn't right either. Just kind of, roll with it. It doesn't really affect us as much as you think it would. You just have to learn to value whose opinions matter and whose don't.
Keeping the main thing.
Exactly. That's what we be saying in football, yeah. Keep the main thing, the main thing.
I completely understand.
Yeah.
So you clearly gotten to make a lot of connections, throughout your life, being around the program and a lot of different players who play collegiately and in the NFL or whatever. Just kind of talk about knowing some of those guys and having the connection to some of those guys.
Yeah, that's definitely like one of the biggest upsides to all of it is just like growing up around all these, these players. And the players, I'll start with the players especially, like they're like, like big brothers to me. Like they took care of us, they showed us a good time. It's like we were one of them, and so that growing up with them, it's like I don't have a big brother, I have a big sister, and she's awesome. She's a role model to me. But for male role models, and for coming, me and Drake wanted to play ball and stuff. It was good to have all of them to look up to, learn from, and just be around. You know what I mean? And then when all the coaches they're like family. It's like their father figures almost. Like Coach Venables now. Like I grew up staying the night at his house like almost every night with Jake and Tyler, his sons, who play at Clemson now. And like, it's just like it's like more father figures, If your dad is busy and you go into their office, they'll treat you the same, It's just like everyone's a big old family and you have those connections for life. So it's definitely the biggest the biggest upside to all of it.
That's deep. You did grow up with the Venables kids.
Yeah, those are like my brothers for real.
So talk about the change of Coach Venables obviously coming back to OU. And how dope is that, and what do you see is changing already throughout the program?
It's been awesome, man. Coach Venables is he's a fiery dude. He's a passionate dude, and he leads by example, and I love that about him. And the staff that he brought in, got to know them and learn from them, and be around them. And they're fantastic, man. We all love them. They're doing a great job. It just, I don't know, he's coming in and trying to establish a culture, trying to build a brand, defend the standard, as we say. And, it's just kind of one step at a time, we're trying to stack days. Mhm.
One question I do want to ask you, you obviously have been around the program for a long time. Who would be your top 5 OU players? If you had to pick 5, what would be the 5 you pick?
See, I'm like, I feel like I'm too young to name them. I'm gonna leave some goats out for sure.
I felt like you were gonna say that too.
I gotta throw Roy Williams in there.
Yeah.
You know, like, I mean, I feel like I'm biased too because I love DBs and receivers.
Yeah,
I got Roy Williams, like Ryan Broyles. Shoot, man, I love Shep.
Shep, yeah.
AD, obviously, you can't leave him out.
Yeah.
Man, I'm not even gonna name 5 because that way I don't have to leave any.
Keep going, man. The list goes on and on. Huh?
It goes further. There's legends here, man. That's what's so great about this place. Next man up.
Has recruiting changed in the past 5? How old are you, man?
I'm 22.
So you've been recruiting the past 4 years. Okay, so this is before NIL, before during crazy recruiting rankings. How has recruiting changed, do you think?
Shoot, I mean, I only started a year and a half ago, so I haven't really been very much involved with recruiting just because I'm, like I said, still a student. But I mean, just from an outsider's perspective, it's just all the NIL stuff. It's great for the players, and I'm all for it and stuff. Obviously, recruiting, everyone can see the effects of, who can offer you what deals and the most amount of money and stuff. And some kids lean towards that rather than maybe somewhere that they'd rather play or that might benefit their career more. But it's money right then and there, So some people need that, and or some people just want it, So it's got its pros and cons. Obviously, as time moves forward, I would assume that they will find a system of checks and balances for all these new changes in college football.
Last question I would have for you: what are some of your goals outside of football?
Good question. Obviously, I plan on getting my degree, with communication and my minor in sports management, and then my master's if I do graduate assistant coach, wherever I do that, get my master's, and I don't know, I'm not really sure yet. Need to think about that. A lot of my goals have always been football orientated, you know what I mean?
And I just appreciate your time. I hope that we can bring you on Red River Week. Or no, you're gonna be busy. You're gonna have to lock in. I don't want you to lose your student and endless spot messing with us. How about this? Can we bring you on before fall camp?
Yeah, that's a long time from now.
Tomorrow when you see Beating Ball, tell him Earl said what's up.
Okay, I will.
But thank you though, man.
Yeah, for sure. Appreciate y'all.
All right, bro. Take it easy, man. Much love to you.